Today I'm going to show you how to make a real easy and quick chicken pot pie soup. You need to chop up 1 onion and 2 stalks of celery and saute them a little bit with some butter. And you're going to pour about 1/2 teaspoon of poultry seasoning on them. And a couple of tablespoons of flour. Let me get my measuring spoon. Stir that up. Alright, I'm going to switch this. You need about 1/4 or so of chicken broth. Stir that in. And I'm going to add a good size potato. Get this peeled and diced. And we're going to bring this to a boil. So I've gotten it to this point. So once it starts to boil, you need to cut it down to a simmer. The potatoes are not quite done, and you want them fork tender. So put a lid on it and cook it a little bit longer until those potatoes are done. And then we'll add the rest of it and then we'll be finished. Try to whisk in the cream of chicken soup. Let me empty it in there. Now this soup is not for a large family the way it is. You'd have to definitely probably triple it, I would assume. But I wanted to make it for y'all, and I wasn't sure if it's gonna be good. It does sound good, so I think it's gonna be fine. Add in your 2 cups, which is really probably more, almost 4, of chicken breast. And the recipe called for just 2 cups of frozen mixed vegetables, but I added 12 ounces. And then what I'll do is, if that's not enough liquid, I will probably add a little bit more broth and another can of cream of chicken. Alright, so let's let this slowly cook. Let's just cook it on low for a little while. And let's get those vegetables done. The chicken was already finished. Everything else is already cooked. We just got to get those vegetables, those frozen vegetables, warmed up. This soup is ready to serve. I did add a little bit of salt and pepper to it. And if you find, like I said, that it's a teeny bit too thick, you can add just a little bit of chicken broth to it to thin it out. But I tasted it, tastes great, and it's ready for me to put on the table. Now for our next recipe. This is a keto taco soup recipe. It's supposed to be real quick and easy. I've already ground some ground beef and some onion, and I've already drained it, so I've already got that far with the recipe, and I've got everything on low right now. You're supposed to mix 6 ounces of cream cheese with the meat and onions, and we're just going to kind of mix it together.
Dreams might turn into something real. Don't you give me that look, take a bow, already know.
2 cans of Rotel.
Hey,
about 1/2 cup heavy whipping cream. Beef broth.
still I'm here alone and I'm calling yours.
Teaspoon of garlic powder. Taco seasoning. add salt and pepper to taste. I'm just gonna put a little bit, and then we'll try it at the end to see how well it did. You need to cook this on low so it can simmer. You don't want your cream to curdle. So we need to just let this simmer for a little while. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, this is the soup finished, and I put some garnish on it. Not necessary, but it always makes it look pretty, and the sour cream probably helps soften the spiciness. It was really easy and quick to throw together. It was kind of a one-pan dump and go kind of recipe. Hey y'all, today we're going to try out this new recipe, green chili white bean soup. I've already got some garlic, onion, and bell pepper cooking. And the next thing I need to do is add some seasoning, chili powder, some cumin, some garlic powder, and some oregano.
Don't listen to what everyone else says. Take your time. You're not there, man.
Well, I had to stop filming for a second because I've got to add a can of green chilies to this, and I didn't have any in my pantry, so I had to chop up some of my ones from the garden that I had in the freezer. So now would be the time that you add those. You'll also need a jar of this, which is salsa verde. You're gonna need some broth. Now this broth I'm gonna rinse my jar out with. Pour the rest in here. That was chicken broth. You can use any type of broth. Stir all that up. Alright, so the last thing is some white beans. Okay, so let's add our white beans. These were navy beans, but if I had a choice, I probably would have added northern beans. Something a little bit bigger than these small little beans. Alright, we need to let this simmer another 10 to 20 minutes. And then we'll basically be just about finished. So, need to add a couple of tablespoons lime juice. We'll need macaroni noodles for this, but if not, you can leave that out. Go ahead and add the cooked macaroni. Stir that in. You don't need much. 8 ounces dry is plenty, maybe a little bit less. Let me get this put in a bowl so y'all can see it. Okay, y'all, this is what it looks like in the bowl. All ready to go and to be eaten. I had already added the lime juice. I showed y'all that. You do that right before serving. And your macaroni is best cooked by itself, drained, and then added to the soup. Okay, be sure to like and subscribe. See y'all next time.
So count to 10, take a deep breath. This is the only